My name is Angela Skujins, this is TVP World, and I'm joined here at the headquarters of NATO in Brussels by the EU's Foreign Policy Chief, Kaja Kallas. She is here to answer our most pressing questions when it comes to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine and Europe's own defensive readiness. Hello, High Representative.
Good to be here.
You've said that Ukraine can turn the tables on the battlefield with Russia if provided the right firepower. Are you frustrated that the United States still hasn't given Kyiv long-range Tomahawk missiles and the United States still hasn't sanctioned Russia?
Actually, it was President Trump who said that Ukraine can turn the tables and really win this war. What is needed is, of course, support from our side. And we are trying to do both parts. I mean, first, support Ukraine in their defense capabilities and also in their resilience. And also on the other part, put pressure on Russia so that they could really end this war and run out of money.
But do you think that enough time has passed and the US needs to get serious about sanctioning Russia?
Of course, if everybody would do what we have already done when it comes to sanctions and pressure on Russia, I think we would be in a different place. Really, that's why we call on all allies to do the same. We see, for example, that the sanctions on Shadow Fleet are really having a huge effect on Russia. We see their economy is not doing well, their inflation is very high, their national funds are almost completely depleted, and they don't get access to finance. So they are running into a place where they have to make some very difficult choices. So if everybody, all our like-minded partners would do the same, we could really end this war and end this killing.
Absolutely. We've seen Russia targeting aid convoys in recent days in Ukraine's Kherson region. What are you doing to make sure that aid workers carrying out that vital work are safe there?
Well, this is a big problem. I mean, 93% of Russia's targets in Ukraine have been civilians or civilian infrastructure. I just remind you that in accordance with the international law, international humanitarian law, it is forbidden to target civilians. But this is exactly what Russia is doing. I mean, of course, again, what we can do is to provide Ukraine with air defense that they need so that they can really defend their people, but also the aid convoys and humanitarian aid workers. But it's of course hard because we have seen Russia really escalating with their attacks. The air raids are intensifying to make people's lives miserable, especially before the winter, targeting gas, targeting energy infrastructure, targeting water, so that the incoming winter would cause as much suffering to the people as possible. And that's why we really have to focus our efforts in also putting pressure on Russia to stop it.
I mean, you were in Kyiv on Monday. What was the feeling that you were getting from citizens there regarding these recent attacks, particularly on energy infrastructure?
Well, it is hard, but the Ukrainian people are so resilient, and this is really remarkable. I mean, they have been under this war for over 3 years, and the way they continue, living their everyday lives. I mean, we all should learn from them, really. But this is in no way to say that this is okay that they have to endure this. We really have to do everything that they don't have to go through this.
Absolutely. Speaking on Europe's own defensive readiness, in today or tomorrow, the EU will hand down its roadmap so the 27 EU member states can be militarily prepared if Russia attacks by 2030. My big question is, does Putin respect these timelines? Clearly not. I think from those drone incursions that we've seen, even over Estonian skies, this is where, your home country. Can Europe defend itself tomorrow if Russia rolls its tanks across Europe's borders?
Of course, majority of European countries are also in NATO, and NATO we have also other allies, not only European countries. But saying that, it doesn't mean that we don't have to do more for our defense. And yes, we are coming with the roadmap that sets clear objectives, clear timeline, who does what for what time in order to be ready. And that is also to change the thinking that, if you look Europe, every single country is quite small compared to other countries in the world, but we can do these joint projects, flagship projects together in order to defend the whole of Europe when it comes to drone attacks, when it comes to different capabilities. And by doing it together, we are actually, really bringing down the costs, bringing down the procurement, but also increasing competitiveness, which is important.
Speaking of Poland, you mentioned drones as well. We know the drone war is a cornerstone of the European Commission's proposal as part of this roadmap. What role do you expect Poland to play in this defensive infrastructure?
I think everybody has a role. Now, when we had the discussions, all the European member states realized that even if they are far from Russia, the drones could, fly from the ships, or everybody needs this drone protection. And there we actually have a lot to learn from Ukraine. The drone, the sensors, the interceptors, the way this drone defense should be built. And there, of course, Poland has a role as well, considering that Poland has a border with Belarus and already has experienced the drone incursions. But I think all of us together, including Poland, we have so much to learn from Ukraine. We should work together with them. I was just visiting also the drone factories in Ukraine. It's incredible, the innovation that they do, how fast they are in production and really innovating to take down the attack drones. So I think it is to the benefit of our taxpayers as well, because the cost is much cheaper than it has been before to work together with the Ukraine defense industry.
Do you think that NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte is taking these drone incursions seriously? I ask because the way that he described it today was accidental. He didn't outright say that this was a direct provocation. What do you think regarding those lines from NATO Secretary General?
Well, it doesn't really necessarily, matter whether it's intentional or unintentional. When we talk about the defense of our people, the security of our people, then it's clear that we have to have really a response to this so that our people are not in danger. And I think this is the understanding that member states really have. I mean, Russia is testing us, is testing our unity, is testing our strength, but is also trying to sow fear inside our societies, to say that, look, this war, we are bringing this war to your territory, so you should refrain from helping Ukraine. Our response should be, we help Ukraine because they are actually defending the whole of Europe, and we will not stop at this.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, High Representative.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching. My name is Angela Skujins, but make sure you stick around as more news, commentary and analysis is coming up. See you next time.